What's up, guys? I actually think I'm going to release this video first, but I just finally shot my video about AI trucking. Do this one first because this one's a little easier and breezier, but I just realized April was 3 months that I've been doing my own authority, April 17th. So I wanted to do a 90-day review. That seems to be the hot shit, right? So I wanted to do a 90-day review on what I think about switching to my own authority with Prime, going from lease to it. How do I feel about it? So let's just go ahead and get into it, man. It's not a lot to it. I don't think there's been a minute that I've regretted this decision. So the first time I was going to go into trucking was in 2003, and the state of Michigan had just lost a whole bunch of money, and I was working in mental health in Allegan County, Michigan. Allegan County, Michigan had just went bankrupt, and all the services were being halted. So the job that I had before was lost, but because of the way that job was lost, because it was government funded business going out, I had an opportunity to work with Michigan Works, and so I was actually going to go into trucking in 2003. About 2 months into that, while we were filing the paperwork, that went under, and I ended up finding another job in mental health. And so all the way into COVID, I stayed in mental health. That's a conversation for another day. When COVID happened, I, like many federal employees that were 1099, was off. Nothing. Didn't matter if I had a degree. Didn't matter anything. I did some candidacy work in the 2020 election during COVID remotely. I was a supervisor there, but that was short-lived, and I ended up getting a job after that for security at a JBS. So if y'all came through Plainwell, I probably checked you in. There's a good chance. So anyway, I started hearing about what truckers were making at the time, and that made me decide I wanted to go back to trucking. I could do that, make way, way more than I made working for the state, contracting with the state. Believe it or not, truckers, much less regulation than we have out here, or much less regulation out here than doing that, believe it or not. I still think it's ridiculous out here, but I'm just saying it's ridiculous there too. So went into that. I heard about Prime early, went into Prime. I made my videos about that. I have been very grateful for my lease time at Prime. I for a time had considered just staying leased with Prime, and I was going to do my entire time with them. I've never really worried about trying to make my own fleet or anything like that. Lots of changes just made me realize that I probably wanted to switch to my own authority. I love the route I'm on. Now I've made the whole crux of this whole channel pretty much was me getting my own authority. So you guys have seen that trip. Was it worth it? And I love it. The most I can do is compare it to probably other Prime experiences, I guess I would say, versus lease and versus own authority. So it is more expensive. Insurance is the one. I mean, these are things that if you watch any of these videos, these are things everybody says. Insurance, and I made a video about this, about how I wish I would have organized differently for the insurance. Now, and I brought this guy up before, and I love him, and just a little side note, if anybody from the Driveline Discord watches this, I have tried to get on the voice chat like 3 times. I am an idiot. I don't know how to do it, so I'll probably mess this up. So I'm so intrigued. I'm a night driver, so I'm so intrigued to just like get to chill and listen and see what everybody else is thinking. And then I'll get the update and I'll pull over and I'll try to get on. And then I'm like, all right, I'm killing too much time. I don't know how to do this. And then I just end up not doing it. So, but I know some people said that the cameras don't bug them too much. Some people said that the cameras are a big deal. I know some people have said that, you know, the way that Prime runs freight through their logistics side. What does it cost? It starts with a B, and I had it in my head and I can't remember it now. Anyway, with all that, had I not had the option to go to my own authority, I probably would have stayed with Prime. But for me, the extra money that I pay in the insurance, that's really the only negative. I mean, I'm responsible for anything that happens with the truck, more so than lease, but that was something that was already kind of there, and the moving of the line of responsibility more so to you, that doesn't really weigh into the argument much for me. I always wanted to own my own truck. I didn't want to make lease payments, so that part was always going to be the plan. Being able to run my own clock, being able to run my own governing speed, being able to, even though I pay insurance, have control of what insurance means for my vehicle, what is installed, and what operates in my vehicle. Those 3 things woefully offset the different cost in insurance. Like, yes, it costs a little bit more. It's not even it doesn't even dent. Like, I never sit here and think about, like, I wish I would have stayed leased. That hasn't happened 90 days so far. Maybe in a couple of years there will be dramatic changes, but I am so happy I made this decision. I am so happy to have this control over my truck. I love that I get to keep the things with Prime, except I had to lose Audra Hill as my payroll. So anybody who has Audra knows why I'm saying that, because that sucked. I loved my dispatchers and my night staff. I regret the people that I had to switch from. If I could have kept them and moved over, I would have. That being said, the people that I am working with now are amazing. I don't want to put anybody's names in here, so I'm not going to do any naming names, even though I feel like some people really deserve the shout outs. But I have none of the people that are on the A Fleet side have made me feel like I had a drop off in quality or work or anything like that, including the payroll. The payroll person has been amazing. Just again, if you're a Prime person and you've had Audra Hill, you know that she's just one of those people, and she deserves every shout out that any YouTuber has ever shouted out to Audra. She is fucking amazing. So, but again, no shout out, nothing at the new payroll. She's been amazing too. Just my dispatcher, I feel respected by the dispatcher I have here. I like all the people I had before, but there's definitely just like a respect. Like there's the respect level went up, which I appreciate. I try to be pretty chill. I don't try to make no bones for nobody. But it was still kind of nice to see. Sometimes, and this has been something that a lot of Prime guys say, is sometimes the language that gets used uh, towards you by somebody when you're on the lease side uh, makes you kind of like do a double take when you're a business owner and you're a grown person. The way you get talked at sometimes doesn't feel like it validates the situations. Nothing like that ever happens on the A fleet side from my experience. um it, Again, yes, it's more expensive. You are upgrading your responsibility. I mean, your your responsibility versus the 5%, um, the change in 5%, factoring with Prime from the 28% to the 22%. Your responsibility is beyond that. Like you're definitely taking more than a 5% responsibility, but it's worth it. Like the frustration that I have seen on a lot of YouTubers and other people, I ain't got that, man. So, um, and I'm gonna be the first to say I was very fortunate that I was able to make this. But I was also working for this for 2 years. Like there was a clear goal that I wanted to get to owning my own truck. But if you commit the time and you make that work, I can handle staying with Prime until I choose to retire under under the way everything is set up right now. If I was traditional lease, the changes that have been made, I would not I wouldn't see myself quitting, but I could see myself deciding to quit. Um, uh, um, and I'm not gonna get into a lot of the specifics about changes. Um, just to say that if as a, as my own authority, I can keep doing it. If I was just traditional leasing with these changes, my stress level would be dramatically higher. And even though this is by far the most money I've made, even with a degree, I don't know, the day to day functioning would be much harder for me if I was a regular lease, um, given these changes. So, and I value my job, so I am not looking to start a fight. I am not trying to do nothing. I am saying, if you want to do your own authority and go to Prime, it is so far the best job that I've had. I am I'm a very happy business owner. So I think that's how I want this to be recognized, is that I'm saying, uh, for me as a fleet, I I am where I plan to be until I retire. Um, I am very happy being a business owner as a trucker. It is a struggle. You have to do your homework, but it's worth it. You know, if you're gonna take the time to do the struggle, get what you're gonna get out of it, right? If you're gonna do it, do the damn thing. So that's it. Uh, there's not a lot. I mean, it's so recent with filing for everything. I suppose if there's any specific questions, I have been getting emailed a couple questions here and there. So um, if there is a specific question, I can jump into it. But I I'm trying to stay right where I'm at. So I am not trying to make no waves, and I am not trying to do nothing with nothing. But I can sincerely say, like, I love that I chose to be my own authority, and I think that decision has the the the, the peace of mind monumentally has outweighed the increase in cost. So it makes me feel like I am good to keep going until I retire. I'm happy with my truck. I have every interest in continuing brokerage. That's the word I was looking for. I have every intention of continuing brokerage with Prime on this dedicated account that I'm at until I am done trucking. So that's how happy I am with it. So, all right, that's what we got. All right, I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna get some naps, and then I'm gonna drive a long time at night and probably fail for a fifth time to get on voice chat. All right, talk to you guys later. Peace.